Okay, today we are going to continue with the second lesson. Lesson name is Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est means what is this or what are these? Qu'est-ce que c'est means what is this or what are these? So the exercise is given in front of you. Answer to the questions. Répondez aux questions. The question is same for each and every answer. So I have written only once. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Now we are going to see the images and according to them we are going to answer this question. Qu'est-ce que c'est? So the first image is scissors. Scissor is always called in a pair. That's why we are answering ce sont des. Ce sont means these are. These are scissors. Ce sont des ciseaux. Before any plural noun, if we want to use indefinite article, so we use des, they. They, it means some. Ce sont des ciseaux. These are scissors. Because scissors is also in a pair. It is called in a pair. That's why we are using ce sont des. Ce sont des ciseaux. Now, second image, it's an image of a book. So the question remains same. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Answer is c'est un livre. This is a book. C'est un livre. This is a book. Now third image is a wall clock. You can recognize easily. This is a wall clock. Question is same. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est means what is this? Answer start with say. Say means this is or it is. Here as a verb we are using être verb. The part of the verb which we use with il and l. Il and l sometimes it means it also. He and it. That's why this is a wall clock or it is a wall clock. Suppose we are describing something, so that is third person. It can be masculine or feminine. Suppose horloge is a feminine singular noun. That's why we are using indefinite article une. In second one you saw we used un because livre it's a masculine singular noun. C'est un livre. This is a book. C'est une horloge. This is or it is a wall clock. Now the next image is of a ceiling. You can see in red and yellow part of a room, and ceiling is called plafond. Plafond, Plafond. Plafond. Plafond means ceiling. So in picture we can see there is a ceiling. So c'est un plafond. This is a ceiling. C'est un plafond. This is a ceiling. Plafond also it's a masculine singular noun. That's why we are using un. C'est un plafond. So I repeat once again. First image is ce sont des ciseaux. These are some scissors, or these are scissors, because in English we will not use some. Ce sont des ciseaux parce que c'est une paire de ciseaux. It's a pair of scissors. C'est un livre. This is a book. C'est une horloge. This is a wall clock. And the fourth image is of a ceiling. Ceiling we call it plafond. 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 C'est un plafond. Once again a masculine singular noun. That's why we are using un. Un is pronounced like un. In English, it means one, a, or an. It's an indefinite article. Pronunciation is un. Now, the next image at the top is of a wristwatch. So, the answer of the question, qu'est-ce que c'est? What is this? The answer is c'est une montre. This is a wristwatch. I repeat once again the question, qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est means what is this or what are these? C'est une montre. This is a wristwatch. Montre, M-O-N-T-R-E, montre. It's a feminine singular noun. That's why we are using indefinite article une, which we use before a feminine singular noun in French grammar. Say means this is or it is, and in all these sentences we have used être verb. Être verb is used to tell nationality, profession, quality of a person, or to describe something like I am saying c'est une montre. This is a wristwatch. C'est une montre. Être verb is also used to tell the profession, nationality, quality, or someone how does he or she look like. Suppose the appearance, outlook, appearance. He is tall, she is beautiful. So that's in that case we use always être verb. Now the second exercise of today, you have to do it because I have not given the answer. You can see the images. I will tell you the answer in the next class, but in meanwhile, at the same time, you should try right now. You can write on a notebook with your pen or pencil the answer, then you can match in the next class whether your answers were correct or no. First one is c'est une fleur. Now I'm not going to translate it in English. You can see the image. C'est une fleur. Now it's you have to tell whether it is true or false, vrai ou faux. You will write the right answer in your notebook, and in the next class we will verify the answers together. Second image, the sentence is written c'est un crayon. C'est un crayon. Third one is c'est un stylo. C'est un stylo. All videos of these classes are uploaded at the schoolroom, so you can go through. If you miss anything, if you don't understand in the first time, you can go through once again at the schoolroom to understand better. And you should practice at home. You should make notebooks, and you should write the question answers, all the exercise which have been shown on the Zoom application right now. Fourth one is c'est un stylo. C'est un stylo. C'est un stylo. Now you have to tell whether it is vrai ou faux. Most of you, I hope that you got the right answer. Fifth one is c'est un oiseau. C'est un oiseau. O-I-S-E-A-U, oiseau. C'est un oiseau. You can see well the images which are given. First one is c'est une fleur. Second one is c'est un crayon. Third one is c'est un stylo. Fourth one is again c'est un stylo. Fifth one is c'est un oiseau. C'est un oiseau. This is a, or it is a. Same adverb we are using here. C'est un stylo. C'est un oiseau. Okay, now we will move towards the culture and civilization of this lesson. In first lesson, we saw in culture and civilization the names of 10 important cities of France. I hope you remember the name if you have written in your notebook. First one was Paris, Paris, Marseille, Nancy, Toulouse, Strasbourg, Lyon, and many more. So you should remember all those cities names. Okay. Now we will learn about the monuments. France has a what we say, it has a very big historical heritage. There are so many monuments and museums and places to visit in France, and especially in the city of Paris. So in this chapter we will learn about the monuments, rivers, uh, seas, and the mountains of France. First of all, we will look at the monuments. Culture et civilisation, culture and civilization. J'aime la France. J'aime means I like the France. This is the title of this particular exercise. J'aime la France. I like the France. Aimer verb you learn at the last of the class 5. Er ending verb, the conjugation you already know. Aimer means to love or to like. J'aime la France. C'est la culture et la civilisation de leçon 2 of the second lesson. Il y a beaucoup de monuments. There are lot of monuments historiques. There are lot of historical monuments in France, en France, et surtout à Paris. A means is, surtout means above all, in Paris. Il y a beaucoup de monuments historiques en France et surtout à Paris. Il y a beaucoup de monuments historiques en France et surtout à Paris. There are a lot of historical monuments in France et surtout à Paris, and above all in Paris. First one, the world famous monument which everyone go to visit in France, especially in Paris. The one who stays in Paris uh, for a holiday or a summer vacation, they obviously go to see this particular monument. The monument is called La Tour Eiffel. La Tour. La Tour means the tower. Eiffel. La Tour Eiffel means Eiffel Tower. Eiffel is the surname of the engineer or the architect who designed this particular structure of iron. La Tour Eiffel, Eiffel Tower. La hauteur est de 324 mètres. La hauteur means the height is of. La hauteur est de 324 mètres. The height is of 324 meters. Is the height of Eiffel Tower. Elle a été. It was. Elle means it. It doesn't mean she here, but since la tour means it's a feminine singular noun, the tower, that's why we are using E double L E. Elle means it. It was constructed. Elle a été construite. Elle a été construite by Monsieur Gustave Eiffel. It was constructed by Mr. Gustave Eiffel. La construction, the construction, a commencé, started en 1887. The construction started in 1887. Et s'est achevé, and it was finished in en 1889, and it's completed or it's finished in 1889. So there are few facts you should retain from this particular image. The height of Eiffel Tower, it was constructed by Mr. Gustave Eiffel, means the architect or engineer of who designed this particular monument. His name is Mr. Gustav Eiffel. And in which year the construction started? So the construction started in 1887 A.C. Ashwe, and it was finished in 1889. The construction went on for almost 2 years, 2 months, and few days. It took almost 2 years to construct this monument. Le second one is Le Musée du Louvre. Le Musée du Louvre. In French, we call it Le Musée du Louvre, and in English, we call it Louvre Museum. The place is called Louvre, where this museum is situated. Autrefois. Autrefois means another time, un palais royal. Another time, a royal palace where the kings and queens used to live. Et maintenant, and now, un musée qui conserve. A museum which conserve environ 6,000 peintures. Environ means approximately 6,000 European paintings qui conserve environ 6,000 peintures européennes. Qui conserve environ almost 6,000 European paintings. La Grande Pyramide. There is a pyramid constructed in between of this building at the middle of the courtyard, where there is a place you can see. I hope you can see in the image, or even on if you go on internet, you can see the images of Le Musée du Louvre or Louvre Museum. If you type, you can see. So the La Grande Pyramide, the big pyramid au centre means at the center, was constructed, a été construit by Liu Ming-pei. La Grande Pyramide au centre a été construite par Liu Ming-pei. It was constructed, means that the architect or the engineer was Liu Ming-pei. So this is Le Musée du Louvre, Louvre Museum, another time a royal palace, and now a museum which conserve almost 6,000 European paintings. Even the painting Mona Lisa is kept there. World famous Mona Lisa painting is kept there. La Grande Pyramide au centre, the big pyramid at the center, was constructed by Liu Ming-pei, means he was the architect of that particular pyramid. Third one is Le Musée d'Orsay. Le Musée d'Orsay means Orsay Museum. Le Musée d'Orsay is also named the Le Musée National, means the National Museum of France. Le Musée National à Paris, the National Museum in Paris, qui se trouve, which is found face au Jardin des Tuileries. Face au Jardin des Tuileries. It is opposite the Garden of Tuileries. Was constructed, a été construit en 1900. It was constructed in 1900. Means let's say 120 years ago. Autrefois, le musée était la gare. Another time, the museum was the railway station. It was a railway station, and it was transformed in a museum on 29th November 1986. Okay, means autrefois le musée était la gare. Another time, the museum was the railway station. Since 29th November 1986, it has been converted into a museum. I hope you can see well the image. So this is the Musée d'Orsay. Now it has been transformed in a museum. Before it was a railway station. You can see its more pictures on internet also. You just type Le Musée d'Orsay or Orsay Museum in Paris. So you can see all the pictures. There are so many pictures are there. So you can understand from the outer construction, outer building. You can understand it resemble very much to the Victoria Terminus or CST, which is located in Mumbai. Now, the next monument is Notre Dame de Paris, Our Lady of Paris. Notre Dame de Paris. Notre Dame is the name of a cathedral in Paris. Notre Dame de Paris, c'est une cathédrale. It is a cathedral qui se trouve, which is found à l'île de la Cité, at the island of the city. C'est une cathédrale qui se trouve à l'île de la Cité, at the island of the city. The construction started in 1163 in 1163 till 1270 till 1270. La hauteur est de 96 mètres. The height is of 96 meters. Last year or so, there was a fire caught this place, but now it has been repaired and reopened for the tourists. So this also Notre Dame de Paris Cathedral, you can see more images, especially the images of the interior, because this picture is of the outer side. If you want, you can check on internet. You will find so many pictures on internet. You just have to type Notre Dame de Paris. C'est une cathédrale. This is a cathedral. The construction was started in 1163 and finished in 1270. So it took almost 107 years to build this cathedral. Fifth monument is l'Arc de Triomphe de l'Étoile, the triumphal arch of star. You see the image, it resembles to our India Gate in New Delhi or Gateway India or in Mumbai. It is very much similar. The construction, especially the outer look, if you can see, it is very much similar to the India Gate and Gateway of India. L'Arc de Triomphe de l'Étoile, the triumphal arch of star. Inauguré le 29 juillet 1863, inaugurated on 29th July 1863, inaugurated on 29th July 1863, un monument qui commémore, which commemorates the victories of Napoleon Bonaparte all over the Europe when he conquered almost the whole Europe. Un monument qui commémore, a monument which commemorates the victories of Napoleon Bonaparte. Il se trouve, it is found, il se trouve au centre de la place. It is found at the center of the place Charles de Gaulle. It is found at the center of the place Charles de Gaulle. Charles de Gaulle was the first president of French Republic. When France became republic after the Second World War, he became the first president. Il se trouve au centre de la place Charles de Gaulle. It is found at the center of the Charles de Gaulle place. Sous l'arc, under the arch, on trouve le tombeau du soldat inconnu. Under the arch, we find the tomb of unknown soldiers. Means it is a place where martyrs were buried. La hauteur est de 50 mètres. The height is of 50 meters. The height of that particular monument, it is 50 meters. It was inaugurated on 29th of July. These are the facts to retain. It commemorates the victories of Napoleon Bonaparte. And where it is located? At the place Charles de Gaulle. And what is the height? 50 meters. So each and every monument, there are few uh, information you have to retain. It will appear in the upcoming what we say tests or exams. So you should write it down when you see the video. If you can write now also, you can write. Otherwise, when the video is uploaded on Schoolroom, you can see over there also. Okay. Now the sixth one is Le Centre Pompidou. Le Centre Pompidou means Pompidou Center. Georges Pompidou was a French president during 1970s. Georges Pompidou. This center is named after that person, the president of France. C'est un musée très connu. This is a museum very known. C'est un musée très connu pour son art moderne. This is a museum very well known for its modern art. Modern art means for the literature work and all those paintings. That's what we call modern art. On trouve ici une bibliothèque. We find here a library, un théâtre. A theater also is there. Il y a 6 étages. In that particular building, there are 6 stories, 6 floors. You can see in the image, or you can afterwards you can search also on the internet for more and more images. Il y a 6 étages. Étage means floor. There are 6 stories. La hauteur est de 46 mètres. The height is of 46 meters. So, the monument s'appelle le Centre Pompidou. It is a museum very known for its modern art. We find here a library, a theater. There are 6 floors or 6 stories in this building, and the height of this Centre Pompidou is 46 meters. So these are few historical monuments. There are so many in Paris, but we are introducing to you few of them which are very well known in the entire world, with their small description, when it was constructed, who was the engineer, what is its significance to the French people. And French people are very proud, feel very proud for their monuments. Okay, now we will see the geographical map of France. Les montagnes. In this image, we can see the mountains, the rivers, and the seas. Okay, so have a good look on the image first of all. In yellow part in the map, where there are yellow parts, these are mountain ranges in France. At the center, it is Massif Central, Massif Central. At the south, towards between France and Spain, it is Pyrenees, Pyrenees. At the northeast, it is Les Vosges, towards the the border of Belgium or Luxembourg, we can say. In the east, it is Jura, towards Germany, and Alps mountain It's towards Italy and Switzerland. Alps mountains are divided in three countries: Spain, France, Switzerland, and Italy. But the part Mont Blanc, the highest peak or summit of this particular mountain range, it is found in France, Le Mont Blanc. We call it the White Mountain, Le Mont Blanc. So you can see on your screen Massif Central at the middle, then Les Alpes at the east. In the northeast, there is Vosges, Vosges. In the east part, there is Jura, Jura, and at the extreme south, it is Pyrenees. Pyrenees, it makes the border between France and Spain. Pyrenees, it is also a very big mountain range. So there are five: Massif Central, Les Alpes, Le Jura, les Vosges, et les Pyrénées. Pyrenees, it's between France and Spain. Massif Central, it's in the central. That's why maybe they have named Massif Central. Massive means massive, Massive. Massif Central. It's in French is Massif Central. In the east or southeast, we can say between France, Italy, and Switzerland, it's Les Alpes mountains. In east is Jura towards Germany, and towards northeast towards Luxembourg, or we can say Belgium, it's Les Vosges, Vosges. Now the black lines where some names is written, suppose La Seine, La Loire, La Garonne, Le Rhône, and here there is a name Le Rhin. So these five are the main uh, rivers in France. La Seine, the first one at the top, it passes by the city of Paris. La Seine. Second one, La Loire, Loire. It is the longest river of France. It starts from west side and it comes till we can say Lyon. It passes by the half of French territory, we can say. At the southwest, it is La Garonne, Lagarone, La Garonne. In the extreme northeast, it is Le Rhin, Lerhin. Towards southeast, it starts from Switzerland and it's end in Mediterranean Sea. It is Le Rhône, Rhone. I hope you can see it. Rhone. About these mountains and rivers, if you have the textbook of class 5, you can go through it. There were given the names of four rivers and mountains also, I think 4 or 5 in the 6th or 7th lesson. You can go through it, so you can remember. If you go through that textbook, you can remember the image and everything. Otherwise, this video is also going to be uploaded on Schoolroom. Now we talk about the seas. In the north, it is La Manche. I hope you can see the spelling, Lamanche. La Manche means English Channel. English Channel, it separates France from England. Last time we saw the political map of France. So in which we saw there is written English Channel, La Manche. It is separating France from England. At the extreme west, it is Ocean Atlantic, Atlantic Ocean. In the extreme west, it is Ocean Atlantic, Atlantic Ocean. And in the south, it is Mer Mediterranee. Mer Mediterranee means Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea, it's between Europe and Africa, we can say, the north part of Africa and the south part of France. Mediterranean Sea, in English we call it. In French, it is La Mer Méditerranée. So this is the culture and civilizations second part. First, it was monuments in historical monuments of France, and this one is the mountains, the rivers, and the seas. So I hope you understand very well this class and you have noted down the important notes. And this video will be uploaded on Schoolroom without any doubt. Till then, I will upload a worksheet on the within 2 or 3 days. So you try to solve it, and till then you study well, stay at home, and stay safe. Okay, thanks for joining today. Bonne journée. Have a nice day to all of you.